Hello, everybody, and welcome to our pilot episode with a team that I am learning to embrace as part of the Joveo team. We'll get to know more of them later. But first of all, my name is Lorna, and I'd like to welcome all our listeners or those people watching the recording of this video. Welcome to our pilot episode. We have yet to call our webinar something. This is a series. This may be a podcast, depending on when you're listening to it on video or on your audio. So, everyone that's starting to wonder what this webinar is all about, it really is a soft introduction. I call it close to my heart because I worked with this team in different occasions, and I've met them over a period of, I would say, 2 or 3 years. They're a group that's so amazing. I don't know what to do with them, so here they are. Anyway, Javeo is celebrating its 8th year anniversary this month, and along with that, I was thinking, what else can we do? As an organization, we've reached our 8 years working with different communities all over the Philippines and the ASEAN region. One of the communities that's close to my heart is Virtualahan. Virtualahan equips people from all walks of life, different parts of the Philippines. They have an intensive training, and I'm part of that group that equips learners from different parts of the Philippines. And I saw a lot of opportunities. Over the course of 4 or 5 years that I've been working with them, I've met hundreds, countless of individuals who have sat through 5 or 6 weeks of intensive training sessions, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, or maybe 4 days a week for some. And that gave me a lot of thought, a lot of pause on what else can we do at Joveo Digital. We are in the business of supporting small businesses all over the Philippines and the world for that matter. And we're also working to get more people in the Philippines to jump on the digital skills upskilling programs. So here together, we are joined by a group of talented virtual remote professionals. And I'd like for you to meet them and hear about their stories. We are working together closely on some projects. Okay, so right now it's a springboard to a lot of projects that we are considering taking on as a company going forward. This is a launch pad, but I would like for you to meet individuals who have something to offer, not just their community, but the world in general. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the DigiTeam members. Okay, I wanted them to be here with me because we are going to unpack what got them here and what are we here to do together. So I'll give them the floor. Maybe we can start with Angela. Angela, can you tell our audience a little bit about you? Bakit ka ba nandito? Ano bang naganap? Ano bang interest mo? And what would you like our audience to get from our pilot episode? Take it away.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm started as volunteer. I mean training to volunteer, and then medyo mahirap talaga siya for me from the start kasi nga zero knowledge ako sa computer until nag-explore ako on a digital worlds. Lahat ng mga tools na kailangan, especially for new VAs and mga small business owners na kailangan to upskill in a digital world. So I started as a volunteer sa iba-ibang client. Ang dami kong sinalihang Facebook page to communicate para mag-offer ng mga volunteer works para yung natutunan ko sa virtualahan is na ma-express or ma-enhance ko siya more, and then later on I am 4 years na experience as a VA, and I'm working at a virtualahan na 4 years, and from volunteer to training and employment support manager na ako now. So yun.
Nice. Thank you, Angela. Close to my heart yan si Angela. Alam mo, laki suporta niyan talaga sa mga online trainings namin. So we'll hear more from Angela in a bit. Let's hear from Mary Ann. You're next on my screen.
Hi everyone, I am Mary Anserna. I'm here from Mindanao. Glad to meet Tech Angela from Virtualahan and Coach Lorna and my other teammates that are from we're mixed. We're product of Virtualahan from different batches. So glad to collaborate with you all and we like to join forces. That's why to to join powers that to have like one mission that to help like MSMEs here and dahil sa virtualahan kaya ako kayo na-meet and dahil sa love of learning and network, so you're my network. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Ann. Yes, you are correct. We're connected, so we're a community. I'm glad you harped on that word, no? There's MSMEs that's looking to have the support that we are able to bring. And it's funny, and maybe we can dissect this a little further now, Mary Ann. I like what you said, but I'll put a pin on it for now before I get carried away. Let's hear from Candice. Hi, Candice.
Hello po. I'm Candice. I'm a business graduate po. And naalala ko po during college, na-learn ko po about marketing. I had like mga siguro 3 marketing subjects po. And sobrang na-enjoy ko po siya. And during college, nag-digital marketing internship din po ako. At ayun, ang dami ko rin po na-learn doon. And yun, umabot po ako sa point na sumali po ako ng virtualahan kasi isa po akong PWD and na-welcome po ako ng community. Also, na-learn ko po digital skills and ayun, nagustuhan ko po siya. Ngayon, nandito na po ako ngayon sa DigiTeam Marketing with my fellow friends. Ayun po. And I'm happy naman po. The 3 things na ma-describe ko sa sarili ko ay conscientious, empathetic, and oh, kind na lang. Ayun
Time
po.
na lang. Okay.
Yun
Candice.
po.
Thank you. It's nice to have you here with us today. Thank you for the introduction. Why don't we start with next go with Bernadette. Hi, Bernadette.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Bernadette. I am formerly a bank employee. Parang ang layo sa yung virtual world. Then when I was assigned as a internal auditor. Then nagka-pandemic, parang ang hirap na magbiyahe araw-araw. Kaya mag-freelance na lang siguro. When I started with virtualahan, amazed ako kasi wala yun sa amin. Bago lahat, it's like Angela, I started from zero. And then, ako kasi gusto ko yung continuous learning. Kaya parang nagustuhan ko na yung digital skills. Dami ko nalalaman. Kaya hanggang ngayon dito ako. Patuloy na natututo. Kasama
Mm.
sila.
Bernadette, from a bank employee to a virtual remote digital marketing specialist. How about that? That's a fine mix. Thank you, and welcome to the digital world.
Thank you po.
It's too early to say where we're gonna go next. To working together. But I'm glad you mentioned that it's a whole new thing, and it
Yes.
doesn't it doesn't stop evolving over time. So I'm glad that you're embracing growth the way you did.
I am Abigail. I wanted to be a teacher or to run a business. I came across Virtual Hands post when I was searching for online courses during the pandemic. They were teaching digital skills and I thought that I can learn it, hone it, and teach these digital skills or either offer it as a service. I enrolled in Virtualahan and then joined a mentorship program where I met these beautiful people who composes DigiTeam now, and I am excited for this opportunity.
So welcome. And last but not least, si Ina. Hi, Ina.
Hi po. Hi, I'm Ina Mitiam. If you want a longer name, Ina Maria Juisa Mitiam, but you can call me Ina. So I'm a journalism graduate. I spent 1 year as an editorial production assistant, and then after that, nagkaroon ako ng mental illness. So technically nawalan ako ng direction in life. Until ang ginagawa ko na lang after that is freelance writing. So I write different niche from interior design to architecture. Yun yung mga top topics na usually na-assign sa akin. And then yung friend ko, since nga parang feeling ko wala akong direction sa life, yung friend ko, hinap ako to join Verbalahan since I'm a PWD as well. So sabi niya makakatulong yun to help you navigate the digital world. And yun, it helped. It really helped a lot. Nagkaroon ako ng experience with content creation and social media marketing. And ngayon, I'm still learning. Pero I'm glad na I made the change.
I'm glad I made the change too. Thank you, Ina. It's nice to know, no? We have a mixed bag of specialists here from bank to digital remote worker, journalist, journalism graduate, a writer, embracing the digital space, and so many others. Like there's a fresh graduate. I think see Candace just graduated, and Mary Ann is in her own space, bringing her own skill set. See Angela from inexperience to now training and all around. As in, I'm working with Angela on as a project to get this team started. So we're just skinning the surface, so to speak, at the moment. So anyway, you might be wondering, okay, so what does DigiTeam bring to Joveo Digital, and how does this collaboration bring forward as a new set of services and avenues for small business owners to get on the digital space in a safe, secure, and sustainable model. No? So after that quick round of introduction, we really want to unpack a little bit, and this is where I'd like to open the floor now for our guests, our teammates, our collaborators to share their insights on um, their experiences going digital or embracing digital tools, right? So, what do you think are, based on your experience working and graduating from Virtualahan, what do you think were the challenges faced by MSMEs? When you go around looking at your own neighborhoods, what do you think are MSMEs faced with these days? Um, wh- Whoever wants to answer that question can go ahead.
Let me muna, first answer the question. For me
Yeah.
kasi since nag-start talaga akong from zero to knowledge na ngayon, is parang nare-relate ko din siya sa MSMEs na ang hirap kasi mag-navigate ng mga tools na hindi mo pa talaga siya familiar. So, yun yung parang pain points ng isang MSMEs na nakaka-relate din sa akin for as a VA na din. And then, so ang ginagawa ko naman is ini-explore ko yung mga tools na dapat, yung mga needed talaga for that specific na project. And then, since meron naman siyang mga trial version, so nagla-login ako for trial version, and then i-mini-maximize ko talaga yung 30 days na trial, parang ganun, para ma-explore ko talaga yung tools. And then that's the time na kung ano man yung na-learn ko, at least na-implement ko siya on my own and pwede ko siyang i-share sa mga needed din. So, yun yung yung navigation talaga ng
Thanks.
mga tools.
Thanks, Angela. That's true, no? A lot of MSMEs get faced with, well, first of all, they're overwhelmed. There are a lot of new tools and they can't get started. They have this idea, they have this vision where they want to take their business and how they want to embrace um, social media, for instance. And but then there's so many channels, there's so many things to do, and that's the last thing they want to insert in their day-to-day schedule because we know how crazy it can get, right? Masyadong busy. So I like what Angela said about trying, enjoying free trial. Ikaw si free trial queen. Okay, you sign up for free trial and explore the tool to its maximum to see if it's a good fit for you. And if it is, then you share that input to others. So thanks, Angela. Anyone want to share an insight or two?
Limited knowledge in running their business's social media accounts. For example, they create personal Facebook accounts with the name of their business instead of creating an actual Facebook business page. So potential customers will have to send out friend requests instead of just giving a like or a follow to be able to see more and be notified of the business's activities. And these friend requests have a limit, and I believe it's stunting the growth or reach of the business to potential customers. And social media accounts are also not maximized most of the time. Businesses run ads, but they don't put their locations, so customers will have to still message the business to ask where are you located.
I have a ton of questions here. Yes, Mary Ann.
In continuation with like Angela po, it's like they're open mind to adapt to going digital because mostly MSME thinks that it maybe it's expensive, so it's it's worth to try like that to have the trials because it's offered by the company to like have a taste of their product, so
Yes.
to test it. And like there's social media that's free to advertise their business, so it will widen their reach. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not it's also because they're not familiar, and so like we cannot blame them that they're kind of reluctant to that change. But when when they're already educated, like by the help of the government and also like us, so they will have open heart to embrace adopting to have to hop on online, or when or maybe some already have social media but they don't know how to navigate it well or to post um, strategically. So that's where we should enter.
Yeah, I like what you said about it being a system. There's a mindset that business owners are, um, I guess, invited to embrace. If something's new and it's something is tentative and you're not really sure, it's worth trying at least and see if it's something that's going to help your business in the long run. Because I think also with a a fresher mindset, it's something that you challenge yourself or challenge your assumption here. If I'm a business owner and I say there's just so many tools and I don't know where to start, um, people like you who are also new but are swimming in experience, right? This is how we navigate. This is really how you make the most out of it. So I while you are learning, you are also testing, right? So it's like how do they call it? It's like tying your shoelaces while you're running. It's a nearly impossible feat to be testing a tool, a technology, an app, and assessing whether this is something that will help my business in the long run, or whether I need to engage the services of another person to do this for me. So what's the cost? What's the benefit, right? So there's that whole mindset. Is this worth my time learning how to use this tool, or does somebody else know how to use it much better and can think strategically, you know, for me? Right. So thank you, Mary Ann, for offering that question. Now, I have this next question, which I think you'll all have a word or two to share. I call it the geek out question. Okay, so what's your favorite productivity hack or online tool that you think every MSME should know about? Like the first time you experienced using it, your mind was blown because, oh my gosh, where did this come from? Everybody will stand to benefit using this tool. I think I know the answer. I think I know. But anyway, I'll give you the floor. Maybe let's hear from Ina first this time.
Um, well, for me, it's not really a productivity tool or hack. I'm chronically online, so most of the time, as a creative, I always see something na, oh my god, that graphic design, although it's just an ad, I'll save it. I'll use the save option in Instagram so that I could have inspirations for future projects and everything. And even in real world, when I see, oh, that chips has a great font and color palette, I'll take a picture of it so I can remember, and I can apply it in future designs. And of course, there's Canva. We all love Canva. And what I like about Canva is I can maximize it. I created many videos from my former job only using Canva, and people were like, you just use Canva with this video. And yes, I maximize all the tools, all the apps in Canva. And another not really secret hack is going to Pinterest. If you're like an introvert like me and you like design, it's like the social media for introverts, because you don't really have to socialize. You just scroll endlessly about the science and everything. So yeah.
Thanks, Ina. So you're in that rabbit hole, huh?
Yes.
The Pinterest rabbit hole. Okay. Well, I'm glad you mentioned those are habits, when you talk about getting inspiration, we I agree with you. We don't really have to be uh you know neck deep in new tools in order to appreciate, because sometimes new tools come with templates, new tools come with built-in functionality that allow us to become more creative, more flexible. They give us ideas. And Canva, to your point, they just launched a newer version. They upgraded, so I think a lot of design uh aficionados will find uh, a lot of flexibility as well, because they group their designs into use cases. So I like that update very much. I watched their launch, I think twice, because I so enjoyed the way they staged their keynote. So anyway, so Canva, and then I have okay. Before I proceed to the others, Ina, I have a question about, so Pinterest, and then there's Canva, and then there's other tools that you draw inspiration from other social media channels as well. You probably have countless screenshots on your mobile device from fonts to color palettes and stuff.
Yes, if you kapag nakita niyo po yung Instagram ko, there's like an SMM folder, and then there's a graphics folder, and then there's for work folder. Like most of them are just for work, for future designs. There's actually this Instagram account. It's like a historical. She makes PowerPoint presentations, and the animation is really good. And I am really hoping that Canva would integrate what uh Microsoft did to their PowerPoint to
Yes.
the animation part, because it would be very easy for others to create animation in Canva. But
Yeah.
that's
You need to be a Canva ambassador now. Wink, wink. Okay. So
sorry, I'm geeking out.
it's okay. That's why it's called the geeking out, and I so enjoy this portion. Every time I ask remote workers what's their favorite tool, it's always like it deserves its own episode almost,
Yeah.
right? Because you each bring to the table different skill sets, right? You haven't even told us about what you use for your writing and
Uh-huh.
for your you probably do SEO as well. Do you have anything off the top of your mind right now that you can share with our audience?
Actually, I don't know. I'm still um probably newer copywriters and writers now use ChatGPT, or like they use it, but not really to create the whole thing, but to help them organize the idea, help them create bullet points for the idea, or help them structure their ideas properly. But I'm still kind of old school in writing, so it's really notes app for me. I
Notes app. Uh,
I'll
well,
just
that's still geek where I come from. Okay. Well, I'm glad you shared that. Thanks, Ina. I'm sure we'll hear more from you in future episodes as
yeah.
well, with writing and creatives and stuff. I'd like to hear from Candice. Candice, what's your geek tool, your favorite productivity hacker online tool?
Okay, so my favorite online tool is Filmora. That is because I enjoy editing videos. At first, since wala po akong ginagawa nung pandemic, I asked my multimedia friend kung paano mag-edit ng videos. Sabi niya, mag-start ka with Filmora.
Mm.
So, yun. Nag-download na po ako ng Filmora. Then, ang key to learn Filmora is kapa. Kapa, 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 kapa. Yun lang po. Then,
Kapa,
at first,
step 1, kapa, step 2, kapa, step 3, kapa.
yes, para ma-familiarize po talaga yung paggamit nung Filmora. Ayun. At first po, yun, I made videos for fun, usually for K-pop lang, ganyan.
Mhm.
Then, now kasi since virtual professional po ako, I believe na it would be good to utilize my video editing skills in a professional environment para maging, ano, I could be of help to businesses po. So yun, and of course, nakikita po natin sa social media na engaging yung mga videos and they tell a story. So I think Filmora po ay isang tool na alam ng MSMEs, I think. That would be a good
Ah.
tool po.
Yeah, thank you. So okay, so I see here we have a writer, creative, we have now an editor. So when you do video editing, you also have, I'm sure you have an eye for production, right? So how far does a speaker need to be from the camera for it to register nicely on a video? Is it too close, or do I need to be like 3 feet away? Or what's the background like? Do you also offer that kind of creative direction for clients or interested, people who are interested in engaging with you? Do you audit there? Okay, let's see your raw video footages and how we can work with what you've already had. Or if you can take a stab at production advice, creative direction like that.
Hmm. May experience po kasi ako sa virtualahan na nag-edit po ako ng graduation videos po namin.
Mhm.
Yung graduation video ng video messages ng each person sa Team 66 po namin. And yung graduation song. Then, nagbigay ako ng instruction na sa graduation song, dapat kung kakanta tayo, a cappella.
Yeah.
Tapos, so like, sabay-sabay silang kumanta, then i-insert ko lang yung instrumental para maging okay yung sound. Parang gano'n po, opo.
Nice.
So, may mga ano po talaga, direction po talaga, may mga instruction po dapat para maging maganda yung video po.
Wow. Okay, so we have a video editor in the house. I can't wait to work with you because you have yeah, because we have multimedia opportunities. No, so I'm glad you're part of the team.
Thank
Candice,
you
thank you.
po.
Okay, who
Thank
else wants to
you.
share their geek tool? Bernadette, how about you? Don't tell me QuickBooks. No, just kidding.
Yeah. I think ano sa Canva and ChatGPT kasi nga starting pa ako.
Mm-hmm.
Yun po, madali kasi i-navigate. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
before, I usually just look at numbers. And now, yun, natuto na ako ng mga graphic
Yes.
designs. Pero, tinatanong ko pa rin si Ina ng advices.
That's very collaborative. At least you know. Before it was numbers. Now it's letters and shapes.
Yes.
So how do you marry the two? So I'm glad that you're collaborating with Ina more closely. Um, yeah, that's an interesting point you make. No, it used to be. It's also a mindset. Where it is, you came from a totally different industry, and you kind of reinvented yourself getting into this whole. What did I get myself into? So sobrang ding dami ng tools that make it
Mm-mm.
easier for even newbies, beginners to learn how to design, to learn how to create
Yeah.
materials, no? So I think it's also important. You're teaching us how to embrace what's out there, to remain curious. I think that's the most important thing that I got from you today in this episode is I used to be you just said, I used to be a bank employee. Now I'm a virtual worker. How did that happen? Yeah. Pandemic pushed me to something good that came out of the pandemic. Thank you, Bernadette. Are those the only tools like Canva and ChatGPT?
Ah, yun yung parati kong ginagamit po. Pero,
Okay.
yes, meron.
All right. Who else wants? Angela, you want? Oh, si Mary Ann muna and then Angela.
Yeah, ginagamit ko din po yung ChatGPT or like it's, it's like my brainstorming buddy, smart
Mm-hmm.
buddy around because it's like um leverage your learning. It's like you could learn easily with it. It's not just like search and then search for articles. So it's like you have a one-on-one conversation with a smart friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A one-on-one conversation with a smart friend. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And um yeah, explore and explore of other tools, but most of it is the GPT for like brainstorming. And um speaking of like scrolling through social media, so I have like a love and hate relationship because I'm like a researcher mode. I have like too many tabs open or like even just Google like open link in new tab until my laptop is lagging. So like I need to like focus to like okay bookmark all tabs so
Mm-hmm.
I could go back to them like group in a folder so
Mm-hmm.
I could go back to them next time because I find myself like ah I spend too much time so I need to have like time tracking to like pomofocus.io because it's a Pomodoro software
Yes.
like you could set it
Yes.
25 minutes and 5 minutes rest, 25 minutes, 5 minutes rest. So it's like for a 1 hour it's like four sets, 25
Yes.
minutes if I'm not
Yes.
wrong. Or you could adjust it according the way you want it. And there's also one toggle.com, it's also about time tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then so it's like if you could like um um MSMEs to adopt, it's like being time conscious of what you could do in 15 minutes, like how you could do things like on one task how many minutes, so it's like you could track time
Mm-hmm.
So you could see where it's like the slack time to sometimes if, okay, like me, like slack time, being busy with the researching, it's like endless if I'm not that conscious. So I get myself like FOMO focus and toggle.com to be like hyper focused on what's just one task to finish that task and move to the next task. So it's like we could learn from like for example like fast food, right? There's like a standard time that should be just 5 minutes to this to that. So being conscious of the time.
All right. Mary Ann is the taskmaster in the team. Okay, so I just learned a new tool, right? So I use Pomodoro but without an app, right? So I also get distracted a lot. Like sometimes I'm doing one thing and then I'll notice myself drifting and now I'm in another task. I'm like, well, what got me here? So I think focus is also important, you know. It's especially if you're not well, if you're not mindful of the time you spend doing one task, it can take you forever to get to a milestone. So I think it's important to be also adding that to your toolkit, right? So a productivity um, app that will help you align your day-to-day tasks with a bigger goal, big, hairy, audacious goals, right? The BHAG. So when you break it down, I'm like Pinterest alone. If you leave me alone, leave me to my own devices, I would spend literally like hours, maybe even a whole day just scrolling Pinterest and getting into rabbit hole. Like I'll start with home designs, you know, small space designs, and I'll end up with OOTDs. Like I don't know how that happened, but that happens to me if I'm not careful. Yeah. Thank you, Mary Ann, for the tip. And maybe in the recording when we publish this episode, we can have all the tools that you mentioned, the links to them. Maybe we can do that to for our viewers or listeners to get the most out of your geek tools. Angela, you're the geekest of them all. I just kidding.
Ako ako for personally password manager. Since madami akong mga na-try na mga tools, so kailangan ko may password manager kasi sa dami ng tools so na hindi ko na naalala yung mga password. So yun yung mahalaga for me and yung storage, cloud storage which is yung Google Cloud and yung Microsoft OneDrive kasi if ever kahit saan ka man mapunta or basta meron kang internet, naka-browser siya, pwede ka mag-edit anytime, anywhere, basta merong internet. So yun yung um, mahalaga for me ngayon.
Yes. Oh, I love what you said. Because virtual, remote, we're we're dependent on where our data is stored. You know, I think it's very important that you highlighted cloud storage, a safe, you know, trusted cloud storage, so your files aren't left floating around the internet um, for everybody to access, right? So I think it's also important to highlight while we can work from anywhere, your own safe cloud storage or you know passwords is stored securely. You know, it's not written on some notebook that you can lose at any given time. So we have password protection, password storage, password management. We have cloud storage. I heard Canva. I heard Filmora for editing. Si Mary Ann, yung tool niya, productivity hack, eh. Taskmaster. Oh, you've spent 25 minutes here. Stop and rest and come back after 5 minutes. Does it punish you when you extend like beyond 5 minutes? No, just kidding. Does your computer automatically shut down? No, but I think the Pomodoro technique is also helpful for MSMEs who are juggling a lot of tasks every day. Well, thanks everybody for sharing all your geek tools. My next question has to do with how you work together, given that all of you have different strengths, I see, right? Some are more diverse, others are more focused on a specific skill set. How do you approach collaboration? I'd love for you to talk about your approach in collaborating with people like me. You know, we eventually collaborate on projects. How do you approach that? Do you have a project management system? Do you have a framework? Maybe you'd like to unpack that a little bit for us.
Coach,
Yeah.
we at DigiTeam Marketing use ACE strategy. ACE meaning to adopt, collaborate, and engage. So like the adopt word what answers the question what. So like what are the customized solutions we could offer or we could work on. So and then the collaborate is to who answers the who. So or like the partnership that we could build like us DGT marketing and collaboration with you, Yoveo Digital. So it being in business, it's not no man. It's like no man is an island, so it's a collaborative world
Mm-hmm.
indeed to be in business. And then engage is the mainly answers the question the how or like the relationship building to the nurturing part, so like the implementation, what are the ways, methods, activities. So that's the strategy we use, a strategy.
I like the fact that thank you, Mary Ann. The ACE framework is the blueprint. Like it's a system you follow. Like whether it's a project that requires video editing or multimedia or content creation, creative or written, publishing, etc., or an event, right? So you each bring to the table a lot of content initiatives, content formats, and the ACE framework. What I heard you say is a way to, I guess, put it all together in a workable solution. So it's not in different spokes, right? Going in different directions, right? So it's putting together all the content ideas and formats in a adaptable, okay, and then collaborative and engaging um, manner. So it's like a checklist, a blueprint. Okay, so I like that, and I can't wait to have our initial projects launched following this framework, at least with your team, right? Thanks, Mary Ann.
We have a three-step strategy. It's called the ACE, which stands for adapt, collaborate, and engage. The first part is adapt. We customize our solutions to each of our clients because each client is different. And then at the center of our plans, of our solutions, is keeping in mind our stakeholders, the clients, and then the target audience. So that's for collaborate. And then the last part, engage, is to have an open communication with our clients so that we can apply flawlessly, efficiently the first and second part of our strategy.
Um, it's not a final question, and this will not be the first and only episode that they'll see us. Our audience will see us. But as a way to kind of tie it together, do you have any invitation, or shall I say advice, uh, that you would like to give to small business owners or smaller solo, solopreneurs who are considering hiring an outside party? Like as a small business owner, I used to do everything myself, but I know that's not sustainable. but it took me a while to kind of trust another group to execute my ideas. Do you have any, I guess, in one or two sentences, if you can give our listeners a piece of advice, unsolicited advice? If you're on the fence about, hiring a virtual team to work on your marketing or um, content creation, uh, what would you tell them?
For me, coach, since nag-start ako from zero nga, so I started to familiarize yung mga digital terms, yung mga digital tools na kaya kong i-explore, and then later on, since na familiarize ko na yung mga keywords, nire-research ko siya, inaaral ko siya. And yun din yung advice na ibibigay ko for MSMEs, familiar sa mga tools talaga or keywords like ano ba talaga yung digital world, ano yung consist niya. And then later on, challenge ka na to engage to ano, sabi nga, since kami digital marketing is nag-start din kami as from zero and knowledge na. And then we learn to ano, to adapt things na um, parang hindi namin kaya pero later on kaya naman pala. And then kami yung first batch ng jetpack na Google Coursera, which is seven or eight ladies kami. And nagkita kami sa Manila last year. So nag-decide kami since para magamit namin yung knowledge namin sa Coursera, we created this team para ma-share namin yung knowledge namin to small medium nga na mga enterprises. So yun yung purpose namin why we created this team.
Thanks, Angela. You summed it up perfectly. There's opportunities that you guys were over offered, and then you grab those learning opportunities. And I like what you said. We came together and we decided to put to use what you've learned, no, to help MSMEs. And I think that's the ethos that's the advocacy that we share, is share what we know, digital skills that we have with MSMEs that could really benefit. Okay, so I have full confidence that with your skill set, the diversity and the geek tools that you have, the framework that you have, there's ways where we could assemble services, for even the smallest business owners. No business is too small if the mindset is that of growth. I have that motto in life. So whether you're a solopreneur, you do everything yourself, there's always an opportunity to expand and grow when you work or collaborate with others. Now, I think, as a way to recap, I'd like to tell our audience and those watching the recording, the process by which we partner, we collaborate, is to bring bigger solutions, more creative solutions to the most common MSME challenges, right? So it's not a pipe dream anymore for MSMEs to have access to talent and skill set. Okay, DigiTeam, as you saw, is a mixed bag of entrepreneurs themselves. They have the skills, we have the community, and so together, I think we can bring to the table a much larger, a richer experience for MSMEs to enjoy. How it is really to grow a business, right? So there's different engagement models, and I'll tie this over to, engagement models, whether you want a seasonal spike, those that handle social media on an ongoing basis, or seasonal spikes during the peak seasons, or project basis, right? So and we'll tell you more about these specific packages when the team and I join together again in the next episode. So our commitment remains the same. We want to have successful clients. We want to have a team that enjoys doing what they're passionate about. And we're here to provide ongoing support to those that require. So maybe as a way to cap today's initial episode, and we can stay here all day if we want. But I think it's takeaway time, right? And let me start by saying my key takeaway here is it's such an eye-opening experience to be seeing these ladies in action, exploring what's out here, who they can help, who they can offer their skills to. They come from a diverse background, which is, I think, going to eventually be a plus. You know, if you're a small business considering hiring a virtual team, DigiTeam is here. You can plug into their framework, or if you have your own, we can see how we can customize the approach. Right. So we hear about collaborate. We're all about collaborating. We're all here discussing opportunities. There's many ways to skin a project. I think between all of us here, we can have an ongoing conversation online. So if you guys have any one word takeaway from today's session, what would it be? Mine is really collaboration. That's all. Like it's there's too many things, right? But collaboration kind of cements it for me. One word takeaway, Mary Ann?
3 words.
3 words,
Testing,
okay.
testing things out. So like, or like it it it's like now or never. It's like a learning process.
A learning
Like
process,
we
testing
we're
things out.
here and like we relate to MSMEs.
Yes. Thank you, Mary Ann. Who wants to go next?
One word would be digitalization.
Adapt.
Community.
Progress.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on our pilot episode. If you want to get in touch with the Digi team here, please don't hesitate to visit our website at javeodigital.com. And we are here to explore, see what's in it for you, and how we can help you grow your business. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Get a better view. Bye.